Hey, what's up, people? This is Vin Rock from Naughty by Nature, and this is SoundAdvice. How you guys doing? This is Vinnie Brown, 1/3 of the legendary Grammy Award-winning group Naughty by Nature.
Appreciate you coming out. So first of all, what brings you out to South by Southwest?
South by, we've performed here quite a few times, but this was my first time not necessarily being hired to work, so I got to experience the whole conference. So I came in early for the tech part, VR, XR. Then I hosted a showcase, for Jimmy Mans and their label situation. Then I hung around to hang out with SoundExchange because I'm a member. I get my monthly checks, thank you guys. Great job.
Awesome, and so with, just the conference in general, there's just so much development going on. We were talking a little bit earlier about just VR and XR. Can you just talk a little bit about how you are engaging with your community, with your fans, using new technologies, things on the horizons that you want to incorporate into just building that community?
Right. Well, thanks to my age, I've been around for a while, so we come from the super analog age, even prior to websites being out. So even when there were cassettes, CDs, and vinyl, the internet came and you had the web. So when I saw www, which meant World Wide Web, I'm like, wow, this is a direct-to-consumer global vehicle, And I've always been into the tech, so from the website, the MySpace, to all of these social media, platforms. Now you do have the VR, XR experiences, and even with mobile, like I just showed you our mobile app, it's easier to onboard people if they don't want to have the immersive VR experience. So to me, it's the ultimate way of engaging your fan base, building community, being more intimate with your fan base. And there are certain platforms out there where you have to work and post every day and really bust your butt for them, but if you have your own immersed space, you can put in that same amount of work, but really get better results.
Back to the musical front, how did you, one, get started, and then we'll kind of touch on just, the impact, not only that you've had on hip-hop, but the impact that hip-hop has had on the world, but just how did you get that start in music?
Yeah, man. It's the classic garage band doing their first high school talent show, then catching that bug and saying, oh, we have to go hard and perform locally and then eventually get a record deal. But basically that's how we started. In KG's sun porch, when he used to DJ, we would go over there and practice. Then it became a time where before he graduated high school, he wanted to participate in his senior talent show. So, I brought Tretch over, we did that first talent show. It went over so well that organically you have the haters. And they say, oh, that went well, but I bet you can't take it any further, So that was that bug that made us want to perform more locally. And eventually, we linked up with Queen Latifah and Flavor Unit Management, and we were their first artists. And, got signed to Tommy Boy, and sky's the limit. Also, I got to shout out Tom Silverman, formerly of Tommy Boy Records, but he still has Tommy Boy. He's the one who had us sign up for SoundExchange years ago.
Definitely a big shout out to Tom.
Yeah.
I love that. And with just hip hop being such a rock and celebrating, 50 years last year, can you just talk a little bit about what the culture of hip hop means to you? The music is, one aspect of the culture. What does the culture of hip hop mean to you?
Right. The culture of hip hop to me is like, it's a bridge, to so many different people, so many different cultures, so many different ethnicities of people. And to me, I feel, had it not been for hip hop music, I think just global race relations would be so far worse, And I think hip hop as a culture, as how it speaks to the human experience, it brings forth a common denominator by everyone globally. So, of course, you see everyone globally loves hip hop music. And if culturally or politically or even religious-wise or even socioeconomic status-wise, you can't seem to get along with, a particular group, music in general, but in particular hip-hop music brought a lot of people together globally.
Through like the development of it as you were going on in your career. Can you share just one of the most valuable lessons you learned, whether it's about music, whether it's about life, but just a valuable lesson that you feel like you've learned that could help someone else out there?
Yeah. Well, to me, I think, for one, any musician or artist that's out there, you know, right now we're in the cash grab age, and everyone wants to make music as a cheat code to success in life. But music is art, and art imitates life. And if you really love this culture, or if you love music as a whole, you know, you should use it as such. It's a escape, a getaway, you know, a tool for expression and art. And I think if you approach the music industry such as that, then the accolades or the financial benefits will come. But I think for a lot of artists, if you're out here just cash grabbing, it's going to show, it's going to resonate with the fans, the industry in general, and you won't have the career that you think you would have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's something that, you know, you can tell when someone's not giving you their authentic self through their music. And with, you know, artists looking to build, you know, their empires or monetize their work, can you just share a little bit about like some advice you would give to an artist, to one who's trying to make sure they have a good management of their business, like making sure they're keeping stuff in order, and also maybe if they're struggling to monetize things that they can employ to kind of help move that process along?
Yeah, well, you know, KG and I spoke at a college, and it was a music business class, right? So one thing I'd say to all the students who were there, I'm like, everyone has a different skill set. So sometimes your best partner is sitting right next to you. So don't be afraid to use the people who are around you, because we are in a selfish age that it's me, 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 I, and you're not thinking about the collective. So you got to look at the talented people who are around you. You build that sense of community, and then collectively you can draw people closer to what you're doing, and you know, collectively you can build an audience and start building a culture. And I always love the saying of, you know, start in your own backyard. If you can't build a following in your own backyard, what the hell makes you think you're gonna go to Oklahoma and they care about you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your backyard is definitely always your best testing ground.
I like that building a culture mindset. And so for our last question, it's tied to our SoundAdvice series, just what is the worst or a bad piece of advice you feel like someone's given you that maybe you took it, maybe you didn't take it, but you're just like, that's not right, that's not good?
I would say representing yourself. A lot of people go out here and they try to represent themselves, or they don't want to hire the proper team around them. How many artists go out there and sign a contract without an attorney and then turn around and cry about it years later, you know what I'm saying? And all it would take as a startup artist, a few $100, you know, to hire an attorney to get a proper deal. So I think that's important, and you know, don't cheat yourself. There's a lot of valuable people out here who develop certain skill sets, and they deserve to be compensated for it. So no one does it alone, goes at it alone. Take the time to invest, take the time to, invest in yourself, invest in your team, and you have a better chance of success.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I think music is one of those arenas where, you know, if you go into business, everyone's like, oh, who are my business partners? But for some reason, music is like, no, it's me, I gotta do everything. It's like, you know, if I'm building a tech company, I'm building this company, I'm not looking to do everything. So I think it's, you know, unique that pressure exists for musicians.
Yeah, definitely. You'll get burnt out trying to carry everything yourself. So give yourself the best chance at being creative and being authentic and being from the heart by affiliating and associating yourself with a trustworthy team. Of course, things happen, you know, but if you have a good team, a good support system, gives you a better chance to focus on your art.